can only assume. They've all been running it pretty well with these characters so far. We haven't seen a single character swap throughout this block yet, so we're just going to go ahead and get into the set here.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, this is winners finals. So.
This is going to be interesting because MuteAce, because like earlier with the cola, with the Goblin Peanut set, you know, they had a really easy time of taking center, and when they didn't have center, just kind of chilling out and being fine. But these characters, if you let them sit in the center too much, you're not nobody getting back.
Yeah,
so.
and I think Anathema is definitely going to have a thing or two to say about Snake's landing.
No, absolutely, yeah.
I feel like that's almost going to be his job during this set, I would have to imagine. Naturally, Peach pretty good at catching landings too with that instant float up air that we're already seeing right now, just pressure that platform. But yeah, I think this could get really out of hand if Anathema and MuteAce are able to keep ApolloKage and MPG away from the center for too long, just like you were just saying.
Exactly, but it can definitely flip in their favor as well. Like that percent can tag on continuously. Well, AK holding on to that gyro for a little bit. He's like, no, you're not gonna play with it for a bit. It's my turn. Mom said it's my turn on the gyro.
Meanwhile, MuteAce keeping MPG in the corner here. He's able to make it back to the center, but yeah, he's going to be able to actually be able to tack on some damage to Anathema as well here. Might go for the down air, but no. Too smart for that. Anathema always keeps his... Anathema, I think, is so fantastic with Rob recovery because he always saves his double jump for that mix-up of being able to go for the double jump in air or double jump forward air, double jump up air.
Absolutely, no. And it's real messed up because if he does that double jump gyro, double jump forward there, it's not very reactable. Like, it's fast.
Yeah, and there's a situation where he can get a combo out of it too.
Yeah, or he could just go to the ledge and then, if you swung on him and he's not there, then drop up ledge, up there.
Yeah. Or up air you through the stage.
Absolutely, yeah.
So much you can do.
I like that weight from MuteAce. Not that's another thing about doubles. Like doubles takes there's so much restraint in doubles. It's like not even just not hitting your teammate, but just like seeing something like that, like Snake down there, and just being like, okay, I could float back onto stage. Okay, no, I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna take that damage when that down is done. Yep, Anathema.
Wow, what a bait from ApolloKage.
Yeah,
it looked like he was trying to bait some sort of advance.
Come hit me.
Anathema there, and then just then into the C4 at the perfect time there. Called out his dash time and draw.
Absolutely. Yeah. AK unbothered, going back to the house. He's putting a little house underneath his flats.
Yeah, and going back to what you're saying, I mean, I think doubles definitely, it requires so much patience because I was talking about this earlier, like top players, like they're so good at like landing like the tech chase move or the kill setup move and then just waiting and playing reactive there when a lot of other players are just trying to rip their kill moves. And in doubles, you got to be doing that twice as much, of course, because there's going to be, two guys that you can hit. You never know what can come in if they can, get saved by a team hit or something like that, or if there's always like setups to get out of stuff, so you got to be watching out for that as well.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's good up too.
And ApolloKage and MPG just taking an impressive lead here over Anathema and MuteAce.
AK still only at 50%. And we know AK tends to hold on to these stocks for a little while. So
yeah, for how bad.
Dude, the MPG getting bodied on the other side of the stage. MuteAce letting him breathe. Let him get up.
For how bad I've heard Snake is supposed to be in doubles, or the opinion of Snake in doubles of so many, ApolloKage is actually running the show right now.
I'm trying to figure out what's so bad about Snake in doubles.
Yeah, I mean, MPG, naturally, like, playing super well, spacing around all the grenades, but, like, in the first place, ApolloKage, it just seems like he knows where to put those resources, so there's not even a chance of them, even if he does hit his teammate, that they're always still going to get something out of it, too, on top of that. It looks like they've all but secured this first game for themselves here. MuteAce, of course, probably one of the best players in the world in situations like this, but like playing at high percent, playing at last hit, whatever. But
I like that. I like how they played that. They definitely didn't play too clustered and too quick. They know how slippery MuteAce can be, so they took their time, let that kill come to them with that Metal Blade back here. I like that.
Yeah, and I mean, I have to say, I am a little surprised. That was definitely like more of a outright win in that game one than I was expecting. I really thought that ApolloKage, or rather Anathema and MuteAce would have more to do about this survivability of this Snake, but I guess we'll just have to see going into game two. I think a big thing here is stage choice. I think Town and City could be, or FD could be really, really good if they're not banned out. Likely they are. so I'm not. But as long as we don't get Smashville,
Yeah,
I'm honestly good because Peach trying to play on that stage would be so impossible.
Ooh, and we're gonna see the Palu, dude.
Interesting.
Palu and doubles.
Okay.
Palu and dubs is a terror.
Yeah, I think they're really trying to stand on the same stage. They're definitely trying to capitalize on this, on like the juggle ability of MPG and
AK. Just making sure, trying to make sure they don't land.
Absolutely. Yeah, we are already seeing it there. MuteAce trying to link an up air out of just a simple Rob up smash there, trying to get all the keep in the air for as long as humanly possible.
Ooh. Up smash is catching.
I have to say, watching MuteAce's Palutena today in Squad Strike, and now seeing it again here in doubles, I love the use of down air that he has. Yeah, there's another one right there. His space control with down air, and especially his follow-ups off of it when the situation calls for it, are so incredible. But I don't know if it'll be enough to quite dethrone AK, and MPG is pretty much the kings of this doubles bracket right now, is the way it seems.
They got him split up for that 2-on-2 ledge trapping and edge guarding scenario.
I mean,
you're just losing that stock right there.
MPG is just insane at lining up those up Bs. I mean, Palutena.
Ooh, and getting sticky.
Palutena up B, relatively exploitable, but Lucina up B we saw earlier too.
Basically on that Rob upper, I got to talk to him later. I got to hit him up later, man.
Find out how he got out.
Yeah, I don't know how he lived that one.
Yeah. Things looking pretty much even right now. Anathema going to be losing that stock, but MPG not far behind at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone on 2 stocks. MPG definitely holding on to that stock longer than AK has. I can see that as signs of worse things to come for Anathema and
if you're MuteAce here, you're so scared of that down air again. MPG has already demonstrated once that he's able to do it, and that's just the scariest situation to be in when you know someone is not going to miss that.
Absolutely, yeah.
It makes you think twice.
You don't miss those. We're seeing AK in the air. AK looking like he's finally having a little bit more of a hard time landing, taking some more percent there.
Yeah, it looked like MuteAce was about to actually just ladder him all the way off the top of the screen there, but he did not quite have the air drift with that up there to keep him in the animation for long enough. AK gonna eventually fall though. Yeah, already on 1 stock. I mean, I think that they really again have to cash in on the how
snake
to juggle.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Snake's disadvantage, obviously super exploitable. A little bit less so in doubles just because there's obviously so much more going on, but Anathema and MuteAce have already demonstrated they are very capable of just locking in and playing the slow game, targeting just one aspect of their opponent's gameplay if
absolutely
needed.
And we're seeing right now AK just not really able to get like any setups right. He's not able to pitch up his tent and get to camping. Yeah, he's just constantly under pressure right now.
MPG keeps having to come to the rescue for ApolloKage, which wasn't really happening previously. And so MPG is taking more percent. They're dedicating more of their resources to protecting him. Usually he's in the corner, so they're having to concede a lot of their stage position.
Exactly. When you leave the corner to let someone get back on the stage, then you leave the corner to let them get back onto stage. We're seeing AK. Oh, AK's in his spot. He's in his element now.
MuteAce actually finding the back air on MPG there as well, and that's going to be the end
very
of ApolloKage's game.
ballsy call out with that dash attack right there.
Ooh. Huge combo from MPG though. It's going to be a 1v1 situation for MuteAce versus MPG here.
I can't imagine the pressure. This game being so important. You know, going down 2-0, that's a much higher of a mountain to climb than going to game 3 1-1.
Oh, he actually opts to just go straight for the uppie back in the center of the stage with the crash bomb on him. Not quite going to eat a punish, but things are just so tense right now. You know this game is going to determine the momentum going forward in this set, and it's going to be so important because if you are Anathema and MuteAce, you do not want to go down 2-0 to this.
I love that shield pressure by...
What a crash bomb from MPG, and then almost linking into the down air there. Genius.
I'm really loving the shield pressure, really taking advantage of Palu's more lackluster shield, out of shield options compared to other members of the cast. Jumping around him right there. Oh, good.
That actually will be it. Okay. All the way from the other side of the stage. I guess he was just at such a high percent there, but MPG definitely demonstrating that clutch factor, keeping him and ApolloKage mentally in this, because if they had to reset, that would have given, if they had to go back to and play more games of this, that would just give Anathema and MuteAce more time to sort of figure it out. Maybe try out some different stages if they needed to, just have a little bit more room to play. But they obviously, ApolloKage and MPG want to just smother them out, you know, get the 3-0 and just move on. Give them as little time for adaptation as possible.
Interested to see the characters here. See if Mute's staying on Palu, if he switch back to Peach. All right, he's staying on Palu. I definitely agree with that decision as well.
Yeah. Even if they still lost that last game, you got to concede it was definitely better than the first one.
Absolutely. It came down the wire. And I mean, when you look at doubles, when there's so much like variables, like even changing like one little thing about how you approach the match can completely change the outcome of the game at the end. So.
Yeah, and I mean, and if nothing else, I am glad that MuteAce did swap, because I came into this thinking that Snake and Mega Man is probably a nightmare matchup for Peach. It's going to be so hard for you to get in, and even when you do get in, if you're on Snake, he's got that frame 1 combo breaker. You're going to be trading damage, which you never want to do, especially when you're against a Mega Man as well. So
Palutena, she's got teleport, she's got good ground speed, she's got invincible moves.
Very, very consistent, easy to perform combos, and incredible juggling, which has definitely been the highlight of this of that pick so far.
AK actually blowing him up in that C4. I think he thought he was a little bit higher than he was when he detonated it. Yeah, we're seeing them in the corner right here. Oh, and Anathema getting the double toss. Not gonna take the stock though. MPG trying to get back, and he gets back. Beautiful reversal.
Anathema really heating up right now, and ApolloKage, I mean, he looks like he's in danger here at the ledge, but then MPG just coming in with the up tilt, naturally going to protect his teammate there.
He got his get back. He's a get back.
MPG going to take a back air from MuteAce, though. Going to spend a moment off stage, and then there's another C4. I don't know how these C4s keep sneaking in, but ApolloKage is just a master.
When there's so much going on, it's so hard to see that little black dot. The camera's flying around everywhere.
Especially, it's hard. It's so hard to see on PS2 as well, because you put it on the platforms, it can really blend in with that silver sort of lining around it.
It's like, and you see like when they're on the ground, see where the camera's out, it's like it's completely flat and flush with the platforms. It's almost impossible to see C4.
Oh, and ApolloKage actually died because he wasn't able to place the C4 under him. He was too close to the wall, so he put the C4 on the wall instead of dropping it under him to reset his recovery.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, he stuck it to the wall right there, like right under the ledge. So that's going to be another early stock drop from ApolloKage. Unfortunate.
Very, very unfortunate, but it's definitely interesting to see something different. You know, AK not not sitting in that very, very comfortable spot of being the stock tank. He's definitely getting shaken up a little bit. Gonna have to make some changes and some adjustments, and we've been seeing it.
Oh, and here comes Anathema chasing these landings all the way to the top of the screen to get him.
Ooh, and that's another C4. MuteAce just running into all of these right now.
ApolloKage definitely not as in the driver's seat as he was in the past couple games, and frankly in the set leading up to this.
Absolutely.
But yeah, now actually going to lose his stock. An instant stock share from MPG though. Going to put him right back on the map here.
MPG playing this corner situation beautifully right now, making like an unfortunate getting caught by the rub, especially from behind.
All MuteAce and Anathema have to do at this point is just close it out. We're definitely going to see some ledge trapping flowcharts. No grab coming out from MuteAce there, but still a combo off Anathema to continue things, force him into the opposite corner.
I can see if he can get a good hit, getting one of, yep. That's what he needs.
I love that bait by ApolloKage too, to use the first part of F tilt and then immediately turn around and do a down air.
Oh, that was a good nair. Yep.
That was an insane nair actually.
That was a good reaction.
Yeah, it's good to see signs of life. I'm glad Anathema and MuteAce were able to get a game on the board. I wonder if they might be able to take another or even the set here, because up until that game, or maybe the game before, this comp has just looked unstoppable. Because it's been so hard to just seal these stocks out early, but finally, I mean, ApolloKage falling, actually having to share a stock, and then being left by himself while both Anathema and MuteAce still had stocks to play with.
Yeah, so. But I can see the gears turning in their heads right now. I'm interested to see how they're going to switch things up and look for a different outcome than a defeat right now. Interesting. I'm excited. I'd like to see that AK Steve, perhaps.
The AK Steve?
That'd be an interesting
that Steve is dirty. I can't lie. Like, yeah, a lot of maybe deliberation about the stage here, or about the game plan maybe between both teams at that, but a little bit of a longer pregame than we're used to. Here we go, getting into it now. We'll get to see if we're still on PS2, or maybe if they have something else in store for us here on their counter pick.
Let's see where we're at.
You got to imagine they go Smashville if it's open. Okay,
ooh,
no,
Hollow Bastion.
Yeah, Hollow Bastion still a pretty good stage for Snake.
Smashville Jr., man.
Absolutely.
Not too far from it. We see AK already in his spot right now.
Yeah, I know. He's in the corner already lobbing the grenades over. MPG just getting comfy under that center platform, not even worrying about the rob because he can't do aerials through the platform.
Okay.
ApolloKage potentially looking like he's in some danger here against MuteAce. Mude definitely going to hop up, maybe trying to continue the juggle. No, actually just resets on landing, trying to keep ApolloKage in the corner. Maybe not even kill him, but just keep him busy so he can't be throwing grenades.
He's spending a lot of time in this corner right now, but that Libre going to bail him out, getting back to center stage. He's well, I just forgot how to English.
Happens, especially in doubles commentary.
What's going on? Anathema taking a little trip underneath Hollow Bastion, taking a look at the scenery, going to do some sightseeing.
Now back to sort of our neutral state here, dead even in this game, almost a flat line of percents across the board here. But Anathema gonna fall first. ApolloKage and MPG having a little bit of an early lead, but a very, very fragile one. Oh, he tried to go for the back throw into Anathema's back air.
In the C4, those 30 seconds.
Did it kill MPG?
Up. Yeah,
wow.
30 seconds, or whatever the timer was, it was up. And that was it for him.
30 seconds.
Yep.
MPG getting hit by a rob nair under the stage. I thought that could have been catastrophic for him, but Anathema instead just choosing to reset it. Looking like he's already at the point of about to lose his second stock too. Might be able to still do something with Rage though. ApolloKage finally drops that first stock. And MuteAce still sitting on his first.
Yeah, MuteAce just taking a bit of one like, I'm going to look for something laggy and I'm going to punish it and then I'm going to run away and find something laggy again. Not looking to play too aggressive. Definitely want to hold on to it as long as possible. Beautiful up air fair from MPG though. And MuteAce feeling very, very comfortable waiting on this ledge right there. Just waiting for his teammate to come back, come help me. Damsel in distress. We're seeing MuteAce and Anathema to fight for this corner right now. They can't stay away from it for too long. Yep, and MuteAce gonna fall on that first stock right there.
Anathema looking a little bit worse for wear here, 62% on the last stock, but MuteAce definitely playing the role of the stock tank this game. Anathema just trying to get out there and actually just grab a stock before he might fall. Definitely want to be looking at ApolloKage here as he is trying to, replicate that game plan that we saw on Smash in the last set. Up smash from MuteAce, though, going to do a ton of damage and sort of mandate him to go to the top of that blast zone. Not quite the punish that we would have been looking for, but an explosive flame going to put him right back up.
Dude, luckily for AK, Anathema and Mude focusing on MPG, letting him land right there. Definitely wants to hold on and get back in his little house and hold on to this stock as much as possible.
The platform house.
Beautiful tomahawk. Beautiful tomahawk.
Up air, forward air coming up from MPG. Anathema definitely going to get the restock here. 2 stocks to 3 here, definitely super possible,
yeah,
especially with the survivability of MuteAce in this game.
Yeah, ooh, the late hit of that nair killed him. Ooh.
1 stock apiece here. We'll have to see who's able to pick up the momentum, maybe get something going.
Oh, it looks like they're getting them both off stage.
The disadvantage of Anathema definitely being exploited right now, but still, Anathema just getting the damage racked up right now, but ApolloKage also sitting at 70%. MPG, the only person who still has even somewhat of a fresh stock now, as the projectiles are just getting lobbed back and forth, trying to get as much chip damage as possible before they go for any commitments of any kind. AK
and MPG just not giving him a chance to breathe. It's like, no, you're going to breathe with these projectiles in your throat, man.
I cannot believe he went for the side B there as a reflector.
I like the idea. I like the gall.
Big forward tilt from Anathema. Has MPG in the corner.
Oh, and MuteAce doesn't cover. Let's AK back on for free. Doesn't cover the landing.
Looks like MuteAce might have been waiting for a jump, like a panic jump from MPG there to back air it, but instead ended up maybe just waiting a bit too long, and now Anathema loses the stock a little bit earlier than they would have wanted. Still definitely very doable. Both of these characters pretty much at last hit now, but stuck in the corner is MuteAce. A great Metal Blade coming out there pressuring. MuteAce going to be able to make it back, and a C4 on him as well. Oh, that is definitely it. Yeah, all he had to do was touch him, get near him. Really well played from ApolloKage and MPG as well. That's not something they were willing to show until they really got pushed to the brink, was that C4 play. So excellently done.
Absolutely. I think it's definitely better in the 2v1 as well. It gives less volatility for it being swished around, with a bunch of projectiles, 4 people running around. But them taking that fairly convincingly in that 3-1 definitely feel like they were definitely pushed, especially off of
Yeah,
PS2.
more so than that last set, at least against Kobe and Peepnut for sure. That one was just, you know, they got Smashville, they kind of just ran away with it. Anathema and MuteAce definitely. I think they discovered some of like the counter to that playstyle, which is of course just exploiting their disadvantage as much as possible. It's just when they went to that hollow